Hi guys. So I'm just sitting here eating my breakfast. I've got some cereal and I just wanted to come on here and talk about something that's kind of been on my mind the last couple days. And that is just, I think that we as a society, as people, we need to do better with assuming we know something about a person's life or situation and then making a judgment about it when we've only seen one YouTube short or one video and we couldn't possibly have that information, but we're acting like we do and then we're making a judgment on it. I just think, we need to get better with asking the appropriate questions or taking the time to look at a person's channel and glean some more information before we just make a judgment about something. There's a beauty guru I follow named Becca. I think it's like Becca Lee Beauty or something. She's probably on YouTube, but I follow her on Instagram. She has a birthmark on her face. It's like one of them, like a port wine stain. And the amount of times she's had people think that she's being strangled, that she's been strangled, and make a comment on it and be like, I hope you get the help you need. And then all these other people who've been following her for years comment and they're like, dude, she has a birthmark. And then usually people will back down and be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. But it's not that hard to look at a person's page and do a deep dive, before just making that kind of judgment call about somebody, because I just think we really need to do better about that, because it's kind of just rude to just act like you know anything and everything about somebody's life when you couldn't possibly know that. Yesterday I had a comment, and I'm not gonna link it here or say what video it was on or anything, just because I resolved it with the person who commented. But basically this person had the audacity to comment on one of my videos and say, are you being held hostage? And then suggest what color I should wear in my next video if I was. And firstly, I had to comment and say, who, me or my husband? Because we were both in the video. And she clarified, she or he, I don't know, clarified that it's me. And I basically was like, why in the world would you think that? And it's all because of my facial expression. I had a completely straight face for the video, and this person was saying they've just seen a lot of that, and people in that situation have a straight face. Plus, apparently my face looked red in that video to this person. It was not red, it was the same color as my arms. And my hands were clasped at my waist, and that was just something that didn't look good to this person. And they were clarifying, no hate to your face, you're not smiling. Not once did she bother to ask if I was acting that way on purpose, or if this was a trend where you're supposed to have a straight face, which it was. She didn't ask, she or he, whoever, I don't know who this person is, they didn't ask. They didn't do anything to clarify. They just launched into, hey, are you being held hostage? They could have said, why aren't you smiling? Are you okay? A simple question would have cleared that whole thing up. So I basically was like, you could have looked at my channel before making a bold assumption like that. And you would have seen, just looking at a few of my videos, that I'm not being held hostage. You would have seen that, right away. And I told them, I was like, you could also click the audio for this, and you would have seen that it's a trend, and everybody has a straight face. Nobody's smiling. So, just the fact that she couldn't be bothered to do those things and had to just jump to conclusions, was kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. It's pretty annoying that I have to explain that I'm not being held hostage. because this person didn't want to watch my other videos, and like she had clarified and said, oh, thank you for telling me, like I don't watch a lot of YouTube, so I just didn't know. And I'm like, well, maybe you need to start watching more YouTube, honey. So it was a whole thing, and the other kicker here is I literally smiled ear to ear at the end of the video, and she somehow didn't notice that, so I don't know if she didn't watch the whole thing. It was clearly a humorous, funny video trend, and she couldn't pick up on that, and I don't know, I'm not trying to be nitpicky. I'm just trying to give a couple examples of like what I see happening in the world today in the comments on YouTube. And I know it's the internet and people can comment and, oh, nobody really knows who I am and you can hide behind a fake identity, but that's not a license to be rude or a license to assume that you know everything about somebody. And I just think we need to do better as people with asking the right questions and having the right conversations. If that person had simply said, why aren't you smiling? I would have told them, it's a trending video and nobody's smiling in these videos. The whole point is you keep a straight face. And then they would have been like, oh, okay. And that would have been the end of it. But no, they had to launch into an accusation like that. And, it's just worrisome if people are going to make such bold accusations. I don't know. Someone could try to call the cops on someone if they think they're being abused or something when they're not. So, I'm sorry, my bird is screeching because my husband just got home from somewhere and she's excited. But we need to just try to do better. Yeah, there you go. Rant over. Have a great day, guys.